10 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And it just occurred to me you couldn't hear what I told you earlier. Anyway, we're glad you're here. Good morning. Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore for March 11th, 2022. And we're going to give you the 60 best minutes of your day, hopefully. Please put in comments. If you're watching us on the rerun, if you're watching us live, say hello so I know you're here so I can greet you properly. And yes, we have the rated M for mature. Check out last night's comic book spectrum. We abandoned the rails early, shall we say. Let's see. Let's get that down here. Because there's no maturity to be found in the next 60 minutes. Trust me. But anyway, we want to say thank you to our friends. And this episode is brought to you by Rising Tide Publications. And also Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. We all know you've just written a great book or you've produced a great comic book. Now you need a superb cover to help sell it to your potential customers. Well, that's where Jeffrey Hayes comes in. Plasma Fire Graphics has been doing great paperback covers and comic covers for years, and he is indie creator affordable. Trust me on this because he's working with me on my upcoming projects, and I think you'll love working with him too. Go to his Facebook page and check out his samples there, then bop on over to plasmafiregraphics.com where you can see more printed samples and inquire about his rates. You'll love working with him. He's awesome. And that's Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. We are part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Tonight is going to be Drinking with the Davies at 7 p.m. Chris and her cohort, what's his name again? Ted, that's it. That's right. Anyway, they're going to be on mixing in some great drinks to make your weekend go a little more smoothly, a little more fun. Then after that is the Historical Fencing Guild with Nicholas Anthony Tucker. Always glad to see him. Then tomorrow from the Desk with Small Press Publisher at 10 p.m., followed by Stupid O'Clock at 11, and then Last Man Standing at 1 p.m. with 1 a.m. rather, with Dan Hollifield. And a whole bunch of great shows. Please go to our Facebook page and give it a like. And also thank you to our Patreon subscribers. If you want to see what we offer you in return for your direct financial support, which doesn't have to be more than $1 a month, or $1 a month gets you my twice weekly blog. Every blog deserves a name. And if you want to check out what we offer, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And that seems to be it for the moment. And we've got some business to do. Not you and me, which is always nice, but no, we are in the process of buying a new vehicle. Well, it's new to us. We have been wanting a cargo van for a long time. And we are finally on the verge of getting one. We've got to hear from the bank to see if they okay the loan and everything. But we've got one picked out. Needs a little love. Who doesn't? And but anyway, hopefully we'll be picking that up next week and taking that to shows and maybe saving some money on hotels every now and then. But anyway, we've got that going. So we've got Cookie and I have some stuff to do. Yes, Madam Executive Producer is off today. The supply chain isn't as fixed as people thought. And so she and I are enjoying a quiet day together. I say quiet in that we're going to do housework and deal with the bank. Most of what she's doing, because I'm pretty useless otherwise. But anyway, let's get to your comments, which are accumulating rapidly, I'm glad to say. So let's see who's here. More people. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. As promised, I want to make certain our beloved and fearless Fez man has quality content enough to ride across the needlessly frozen hexscape that is our area. Yeah, we got it too. I looked outside and I thought we were supposed to get like a half inch of snow. Let's look at our weather. We haven't looked at our weather today, except outside, which we're seeing about an inch or so of that that white that seems to pop up around this time of year, and looks like it's going to be ending soon. I'm glad to say, but anyway, yeah, we got a coating here. I don't know how much you got, Nick, but I hope it's modest. Yes, just envision Brian, says Nicholas Tucker, comfortably astride his great destroyer, plowing through the drifts, his fez atop his noble brow, with Rodman, Clyde, Eric as the three heralds of the apocalypse. There we go. Well, we can include you in that too. We can get a little pony for you or something. And the wandering yet he flee before them, driven back northward. Well, it's amazing, being not a Yeti or not a cryptid, that you side with us. I like that, Nick. And onward, Craze creators, onward to the conventions and Denny's, onwards to sales and books and Funko Pops, about which Cookie must not know. Well, thank God she'll never hear it from me. She's got her earbuds on. She can't hear me anyway. So yeah, let's go out today and buy more Funko Pops. That's what Amazon's for, right? Anyway, Nick, we're glad you're here. And also check out the Raging 2 Network, where Nicholas is the co-host of Nerd Bacon with the most enticing ASMR to lead the show off. It's not only appetizing, it's arousing. So that does a number on me every time. I'm going to have to start tuning in 5 minutes late. And to sell and to plug and not to yield to base normalcy. We don't have any normalcy, but we do have Oof Boff Splat, the brand new final volume of the Subterranean Blue Grotto essays, just released, and this will be available at SI Comic Con, happening at the Benton Convention Center on April 2nd. April 2nd, we will be in Benton, Illinois, and along with a whole bunch of our friends, and we'll have the complete series of the Batman books with us, and I have essays in 2 of them. And they're really good. They are really fun. I've been reading them. They're a lot of fun. And we'll also have the book with Snow Ambition in print edition of Snow Ambition with my award-nominated story in there. So please pick up a copy and then vote. That would be lovely. So anyway, we are here, Nick. I promise normalcy will not take a terrible hold here. We will fight it we'll drive it back into the sea. For indeed, though eye-catching enchanted steed get better gas mileage than even Priuses. That's true. That's true. Go, Eric, called Pornsack, astride his undead steed. For the best horses are skeletal. Go, Clyde, elder statesman of another time in Victorian aesthetic. And brass-born fury as his clockwork mount shines in the sun. Go, Rodman, whose breather suit renders him as a great centaur to passerby, where man and machine meld in morning merriment and deliver enemas. If you watched last night's episode. And lo, CKOEPP. Do Cindy kept rising high above astride a giant raven. More and more they come trampling imposter syndrome like the slush beneath them. As witsman the fog, who like gin of swirls, a cloud of smoke and mist, a dervish of observation, and roaring through the sky, sitting atop a Inferno on a rocket, comes Joe Dog McKeel, bounding across the barren field on a gigantic bouncy ball that is Michaela Jade, laughing maniacally. I would pay to see that movie. And it's mostly unseen. A disc-shaped craft slightly cruises as Dan just shakes his head at the general insanity that is humanity. So, let no creative fall behind, and the surge of manic energy drives back the forces of boredom and crankiness. And they break onto the scene as a giant flash flood of creativity and positivity on this Friday morning, a true rising tide. And somewhere in the distance, a certain misplaced manatee smiles and looks for the next domino ready to dip towards a better day. With that grand preamble, welcome to the Nevermind the Furthermore pre-show. Friday mornings can be tough, but it's important to register progress. Creativity is forged and honed by accountability, dear viewers. So what is your progress progress this week. Nick will have some progress here. I have over 1,000 words on the simple spear, which is progressing nicely. Excellent. Business-wise, this week I struck up an amazing deal to start something on my bucket list of accomplishments to be revealed. Yeah, as soon as it is finalized. I am realizing that if I want to grow, the only way is by doing business with awesome people. That's true. And, if I weren't doing business with Bobby Nash, I wouldn't be up for the Pulp Reality Award. I should get that address. We'll run some commercials there so I can pick that up. Holy crap, Nick says. Carl Witzman, you've done at least 1,000 words on the pre-show. Rest your weary fingers. I think BKM now has enough to fill the first half of the show. Well, at least the first 13 minutes with the preamble of my own. But anyway, Carl, good to see you. And Nick, love you, man. I seriously love you. I do. And very funny, though. That is good. Rest by. I've not begun to type. Also, good morning, Carl. And good morning, Nick. Don is probably also lurking here. And we have 15 minutes to vamp. And I have progressed. I've gotten through most of the preamble. And hello, Donna, Carlene. Mwah, good to see you. Hi, Stealth Donna. We may not see you, but we fear your wrath just the same, says Nick. And behold, she appears. And Carl Witzman says, for Ted, when he arrives, I am enjoying an Olivia 5 Series Milano cigar today, rated a 96 by the Mavens of Cigars. Maybe time to resurrect the cigar show someday. I missed that show. I was enjoying it, and I don't smoke. So, alas, I fear I may be in, how you say, yes, a mood. Well, we love that mood. We really do. And still have a sleep here. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna, how you doing? And at least the S word stopped here again. When I looked outside a few minutes ago, it was slowing down. We were going to run some errands today, and we just looked outside, and we said, fuck that. Anyway, so here we are. Covfefe. And yes, someday they'll find it. A Cuban connection between the smokers, the cigars, and the la-di-da. Yeah. The smokers, the cigars, and yeah, there we go. Carl gets the song. It's not easy being green from inhaling those things. And Carl, if you think that, don't look out the window. And Nick Tucker says, still coming down here, going on the white blight will not be all right. Oh, I'm sure you're a sight. Yeah, we're going to go down later and excavate too. And I'm living in a world of make-believe, smoking my Nicaraguan cigar on the beach. Where the hell is that boy with my drink? I had some more rum to the coffee. Oh, you're starting the green room early, are you? I agree with you there. And decent folks tonight will tune into the Historical Fencing Guild on the Rising Tide Network. Indecent folks, meet me in the alley. I'll see you there, Carl. And Joe Bachman, good morning, my fine furry friends, and happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Joe Bachman. Good to see you, sir. Hope your morning is going well. And everyone's saying, Joe Bachman and Ted Davies. Good morning, all. Good morning to you. You brought the Covfefe. Good to see you, sir. And check out Drinking with the Davies tonight at 6 p.m. as co-star Ted does his thing with Christine. Well, not that thing, actually, but they're going to drink. It's going to be fun. And everyone's saying hello and good smoke, Carl. And yep, Ted, I lucked into it as part of a deal online, says Carl. Very cool. I think the highest rated cigar I've ever had was a 97, but we all know how ratings are, just a question of taste. Yeah. And for the Deso Small Press publisher, Nicholas Tockard, mission accomplished. Anyway, good morning, all. Good morning, Joe D. McPhee, who was on last night with Comic Book Spectrum, got to sit in the Clyde seat for a bit and give us a review last. But check it out. It was a fun show. We had a good time, and we hope you'll have a good time watching it, too. And morning, Brian. Hopefully the S word didn't get you down. No. We slept until 7 this morning, which for us is sleeping in when you get up at 4 most of the time. But we slept in a little and had a leisurely breakfast and watched. We picked up, kind of for my birthday, Doctor Who Flux, because, not the card game. But we don't watch TV much. We binge watch DVDs. And we are on the penultimate episode. So one of the things we're going to do today is watch that final episode. Is the doctor going to get her watch open and everything? It's going to be fun. We're looking at it. And Ted, there is a drink of the Davies tonight, right? Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. And showtime. Oh, I can't wait. Hey, we're only 15 and a half minutes into it. We're doing it. And speaking of doing it, there's the lovely Sarah. Mwah. She's doing it with comic books and a secret project. I'm very proud of her. And a sleepy good morning. Just woke up and not braining yet, but I'm here anyway. I've been missing you all. Miss you too, Sarah. write you today. And in Beetlejuice voice, it's showtime! And hey, Sarah, and author Kathy Jackson. Mwah! Good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And remember, you are loved. You are too, Kathy. And hope you and Matthew and the family are doing well. Been digging your progress reports on your medical stuff, and that makes me happy because we need you around here, Kathy, to counterbalance curmudgeons like me. But anyway, hopefully I get to see you. Are you going to be at SI Comic Con or SalukiCon on April 16th? That's going to be fun. And in between the two, we've got Big River Comic Con on the 8th and 9th in Hannibal, Missouri. Take the new van down there. Hopefully it'll be great. And everyone's saying hello, Kathy. And from the Small Press Publisher, Carl Witzman. Hello, Sarah, Kathy, and hello, Sarah. Beetlejuice. I decided to make the morning interesting. To heck, Beetlejuice runs away from me. And hey there, second family. We love you, Sarah. And hello. And Joe's was funnier than mine. I bow to thee. And from the Small Press Publisher, it's got some good news. Let's hear this thing. And says Sarah, and random science fact, Beetlejuice is the 10th brightest star in the night sky, part of Orion, the hunter. That's true. Very good. We need some science. We need some flash facts around here. And it's only funny because he might have to jump on and start the show. Yeah, we got here, and it's lip reading with BKM. That's right. Follow me for more life hacks. He didn't know he was muted. Yeah, I realized that there is noise sometimes when I am in the frame, but I'm like waiting to go on. And so I thought, well, I'll just mute myself. Well, I eliminated all noise. Aren't you proud of me, people? See, I hope he realizes he was mute. I was about to say, I hope he realizes he was a mutant when he comes back. But no, I'm that too. But I did recognize, poor guy. I wonder when he'll figure it out. I don't have the 26-minute record, though, that a certain someone here that I'm not going to embarrass him by saying his name, but it rhymes with Dead Tavies, who did his entire half-hour episode muted, despite the fact that some of us were trying to get a hold of him on, yelling at him in the comments, yelling at him on a DM on Facebook, and I was trying to phone him. So it's like, Ted, turn it off. Oops, I revealed it. Ted Williams, the guy, the dead baseball player. Anyway, but no, I finally figured it out. And morning assorted Joes and non-Joe entities. And yeah, what was the good news, Joe? Let's hear this. And I don't know. It's still muted. Well, no news from me. Hey, good morning, Brian, and every morning, Teresa. Good morning to you. Hope you are doing well. Hope Albert's doing well today, too. And morning, Sarah and Brian. There's Glenn B. Fleming. And your book is in the next room because I'm reading it. It's a good book. Check out this man's book here. In fact, let's do the thing here. Hold on. Let's do this, and then I will check out this. Seriously, check out this book by Glenn B. Fleming. It is awesome and one of the best edited books this side of Grimm 101, book 2. Anyway, check this book out on Jack Kirby. You'll love it. You'll want to own a copy yourself.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought, with it being such a unique thing, that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. On the first visit, Jack took us into his another room, a separate room, and there were these brown parcels full of artwork piled up, and he said to me, "You draw like I do." We were in the studio for 5 hours, it was fantastic. And there's this, he's got this desk, and everything he's ever drawn has come from this desk. And then I would just go with the flow, and that's what this film is about. It's just a unique film of him.
He says, "I beat you." He says, "They say we came in under the dead heat." He says, "That's not true because I beat you." And the American said, "Well," he says, "if you like to think so," he says, "but I know a real story." He says, I know I clearly won that one." Well, Joe is 6'3", and I was a runt, from the Lower East Side. And being Joe's partner was an advantage to me because Joe was believable. They would talk to Joe, and The Goodman brothers would get to know him. Martin Goodman owned Marvel at that time. He went to his mother and he says, look, Jackie got a job drawing. He says, they're paying him part, they're paying him money for drawing. He says, suppose I go with Jackie. He says, and he said, they'll pay me money. He says, I'll draw and they'll pay me money. He said, I'll give the money to you, which we did. We gave it all to our mothers. They called me from Nassau. You know, I lived in Long Island. And they say, would you like to come down and draw these guys in training? I swear, this is not a story. And I said, yes, of course, I'd love to come down. And,
Jack Kirby in words and pictures. And if that wasn't enough, there's also a DVD here of his candid conversation with Glenn Fleming's candid conversations with the King of Comics, Jack Kirby. It's a great, great film. And this is beautifully, beautifully laid out with lots of pictures, a few of Glenn, many of Kirby himself, and momentous visit with the King of Comics. And anyway, it's currently funding on Indiegogo. Please check it out. You will be so happy when you get this. The book is ready to ship, and it's a hardcover, people. That means it'll look classy on your library shelf. So please check it out. You're going to learn a lot about the King of Comics and about comics in general when you pick this great book up, Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey, Words and Pictures by Glenn B. Fleming. Check it out now on Indiegogo. And hey, Teresa, says Carl Witzman, and Lacey Lemke. Good morning to you, darling. Check out that YouTube channel there. That is going to be something cool. Lacey's up for like some awards now, I think, with her new screenwriting career. Yay, you. And
I would have a loan for $8,600 yet on that.
And anyway, there's a business going on in the next room. And good morning. And my Glenn B. Fleming says, my book and DVD about my visits to Jack Kirby House is now live on Indiegogo. This film is a unique part of comics history. Check it out. There's that address. Please, please, please click on that link and enrich your life with the work of Glenn B. Fleming. And hey, everyone. And from this, a small press publisher, I will soon be offering CGC certified copies of our books soon. I got my membership to submit directly this morning. Yay! Good for you, Joe. That is good news. That is super. Way to go, man. That means you can order slabbed copies of his books that will stay. They virtually will be immortal. They'll outlive you. That's good stuff. So excellent. Well done, young man. Well done. And this is going to be a quiet show. I wish now I'd read the comments. Well, they're still back there. You can read them. And Rick Bradley, good morning, never mornings. Good morning to you, superstar. How you doing? But keep that under your hat. I have to see how everything works out first before making it completely public. Well, this show could get a little more coverage than we're currently getting, so yeah, it's pretty safe. And skipped over from Facebook. There you go. And Glenn says, Sarah, yes, please, Glenn, show up in multiple places. We need the numbers. And Nick Tucker, I'll be sending you a sample, I guess, of the model later today to see if it makes sense. I love when people do business on this station, and I know what it means. Anyway, awesome, Joe D. McPhee. And hey, Joe. Hey, Glenn. There we go. Hey, Glenn. And easy secret for me to keep, Joe D. I have no idea what that even means. Eric Bradley says, did you know that William Higginbotham created what is believed to be the first video game? He also worked on the Manhattan Project. And find out more bites of gaming history on R&D Gaming coming soon to the Rising Tide Network. Love that stuff. Love that. Thanks, Rick. And Maureen Glenn Fleming, and fingers crossed for the van. Congrats on saving enough for it. Thank you, Sarah. We can get it. In fact, I think she's talking to the bank in the next room. We'll see if she cries. Anyway, Carl, Sarah, Glenn, Donna, everyone. And remember, it'll soon be Monday. Aren't you the fun one? God, I can tell you're British. Anyway, from the desk of a small press publisher, Carl Witzman, the graded shadow book that Ryan Permisson got? I will be able to offer that for my comics soon. And that is cool. That is terribly cool. And yeah, we have the Forbidden S word too. I'm sorry, Sarah. but it's a good day to stay inside, maybe. And Rick Bradley, Glenn Indiegogo isn't getting along with my bank for some reason. I need to contact you about possibly buying your book and DVD from you. I want it. I crave it. And I'm not going to let some smarty pants website keep me from it. And Cereal Box Network, good morning, Multiverse. Happy Friday. JohnPica.com. Johnny Pica, how you doing this morning? Good to see you, sir. And shared. Thank you, Ryan Permison. Very much appreciated. And this will get Ted Davies going. I'm thinking about selling my comic collection. Don't you dare. And Rick Bradley says also check out Rick Bradley's books on Amazon, namely The Nightmare Collective, Marvin's Night Out, the award-winning pulp reality #1, and Tales of the Weird and Strange. And go, Brian, Keeper of the Fence. That's right. I keep everything. And good morning, Never Mornings. How are you? Catch up on past episodes of that. I quote via that Spreaker site there. You can listen to it with your ears and everything. Thank you, Ryan. And Rick Bradley will also be at SalukiCon coming April 16th. Come visit me and all the amazing authors that will be there. You might even spot a certain fez-wearing weirdo. You will hear him before you see him, probably. He's loud. And in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of The Sideshow, where we talked about sweet treats, comics, and more on that channel right there. And check me out every Saturday, rather, for And I Quote with cartoon animator and collector Joe Miriam this Saturday at noon Eastern, 11 Central. And also check out Lucas Scheme on Free Fall Comics on that channel there, and also the interview with a new writer, Megan Morrison, all on YouTube. And The Weed of Crime Bears Bitter Fruit. Crime Does Not Pay. How goes the search for the Shadow #1 slab, Ted? Find it yet? This is going to get ugly, this rivalry here. I think somebody will have to die. It'll be fun to watch. Anyway, Molly Dance, good morning. Happy Friday. Good morning to you, darling. Hope you are doing well. Hope you didn't get as much of the white stuff as we did. And hi, Skunk Rocker. How are you this morning? Good to see you, my friend. And Ryan Permission to check out this great Indiegogo campaign from Glenn B. Fleming, where you can own this, yes, this very book. Not this book here. This is mine. You can't have it. But anyway, check it out. Jack Kirby, Words and Pictures. Great stuff from the King of Comics. You will love seeing that book. I'm in the middle of reading it again. And do you guys get Peaky Blinders? Is that a YouTube? Is that the YouTube channel? If so, I do watch him. It's a lot of fun. And looking forward to being the guest this Saturday on Joe D. McPhee's show tomorrow night at 10 p.m. on From the Desk of the Small Press Publisher on YouTube. It'll be great. Peaky Blinders, that's what I thought. Yeah, there's a YouTube channel with that I really love. He's fantastic. An update on the work situation from the Skunk Rocker. The idiot from corporate confused two different locations, resulting in the location making the complaint about delays being the one getting the delay. Oh my God. So yeah, I really don't want to work here anymore if that's how corporate's going to do stuff. Oh my God, that is.
No.
Wish I could say that happened all the time. Yes, honey?
We'll pick up the check and take it to the dealership today. That'll take care of that problem.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like we got the check. We're van owners. Anyway, hashtag bring Cookie home. Thank you, Ryan. She is in the next room. She got today off, so she is doing business. And good morning to Eric Hawkins. Eric, how you doing, brother? Eric was wonderful as always last night, along with Joe D. McPhee, Clyde Hall, and Brian Rodman, and yeah, me too, on Comic Book Spectrum. Please check that show out. And Ryan Permison says, I'm grateful for the supportive community. Have a safe and productive day, everyone. You too, my friend. You have a great day, and good luck on your show tomorrow. It'll be epic. And there's Eric being greeted by Glenn, and everyone saying hello, and and hiya, Skunk. Hope the jams rock and the tail stays fluffy. Everyone's saying hello. And John Pica, thank you for checking in on another channel. My numbers can use it. And happy Friday. Today, Tales of the Decalverse Volume 2 title reveal. Tomorrow morning on Back of the Cereal Box, we will do a cover reveal with Holly and Steven from 7 Star Press. I love those two. And hint, the art was done by Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. So look, if your book matters to you. Oh, that's going to be super. I won't be around, unfortunately, but I'll catch it on the rerun. That's going to be great. We got it, honey?
Yeah. At some point in time, I will need you to sign the loan documents.
Okay.
But it's not immediately.
Okay, fine.
And then we can pick up the check today.
Excellent. Do I have to go over there and sign them, or?
You can do it electronically.
Oh, if I can do it electronically, because we are out of ink on the printer. So.
Yeah, no, we can do it electronically. electronic.
We can do that thing. Excellent. All right. Sweet. But anyway, yeah, check out John Baika tomorrow on the title reveal from with 7-Star Press. I love Holly and Steven, and they're also in charge of the Imaginarium in Louisville. Please check out that convention. And unfortunately, I'm stuck outside a location waiting for parking. This is going swimmingly. Oh, Skunk, at least we got to get you out of there, dude. You're next. And good morning, Glenn. Hi, Nick. And Skunk Rocker, I wonder if I can get away with parking illegally if I hurry. We here at the Rising Tide Broadcast Network do not recommend that you violate the traffic laws. But if you're swift, maybe you could open up the tailgate and just like let it slide out. The delivery, that'll work. And this video is giving me chills, literally from head to toe, goosebumps. Amazing. Oh, glad we have that effect on you, Sarah. Best news I've had all morning. Aside from Cookie telling me there's more coffee. Anyway, Glenn is grinning at us. And Sarah, we love you too, sweetheart. And perfect music for it too adds to the goosebumps. Yeah. And you're so very welcome. You deserve all the great words. 100% earned it. Wow. Yeah. And that's because those words were expertly edited. You know what I mean? So, check out the editing. The editing is superlative. And buy at least 2 of my Kirby books and slab them. There you go. And Slab wanted to have the others to go through for myself and to show others. There you go. Now Sarah gets it. It reminds me of an old story that I don't know if it's true or apocryphal, but I can believe it. It's credited to Stan Lee, who one time was supposed to have been asked, why should I buy comics, for the story or the art? And Stan was said to have replied, I don't care if you buy it for the staples. Anyway, Rick, you can reach me on Facebook. See, I told you guys could strike a deal. And Molly Daniels, yeah, supposed to hit sometime today. I may have the spouse drive me to work so I don't have another van iced over fiasco. And yikes, says Sarah. I agree, yeah. Well, and woohoo, Rick. So LuckyCon's going to be a blast. Yes, and hopefully Amy and Kathy will be there. And I know Candace Comaleri will be there. If you haven't met her, you'll love her. And we all got to go out to dinner afterwards. That's all there is to it. And Glenn is ready to sell. Always ready to take money, says Glenn. And good morning, Grant Lankard. Good to see you. Got that Beowulf 3 as his icon. Check that out. Oh, and Peaky Blinders is a BBC show, one of the best TV shows ever. Not sure if you guys can get the BBC. Sometimes the BBC goes over our heads. Pretty intellectual, Glenn, but yeah. There's a YouTube channel. It's very similar. That's where my confusion came in. That talks about sovereign citizens, flat earthers, and other idiots. So anyway, I'm at work, so I can't stay long. Just want to say hi to all my NTF peeps. Hey, Grant, we are glad you checked in, buddy. Hope you are doing well. And good news from Cookie. Yay! Yeah! And congrats, fellow van owner. Thank you, Molly. Which one are you getting? Mine's a Dodge Grand Caravan. Ours is a cargo van. It's a Chevrolet. It needs a little bit of work. And I got to get used to a new configuration for the car. But we're trading in my old Saturn. The trick will be to see if the Saturn makes it down there. We bought it in Frankfurt. We're buying it in Frankfurt, but we have to go out later and pick up the check for it. And and Cookie's still doing business over the phone. I heard her talking. I thought she was going to say something to me. This just in. Some wacky bank has just loaned BKM some money. Actually, they loaned her the money. She's got a job. Anyway, and Molly mocks me with her laughter. And Grant says, I want to thank everyone who pledged to Beowulf 3 and let you know I have surveys out this weekend. Excellent. Excellent. Good work. Stay on top of that. And Carl, says Sarah. And haha, says Glenn. And congrats on the van. Thank you. The bank knew better than to sell Cookie. No, that's right. You don't get in front of a force of nature like her. And it worked. I'm moving on to my next location now. Yay. Do it, Skunk. Do it. You got control of this day. And if anyone is in doubt, Brian edited my Kirby book just in case you missed it. It's a good credit, Glenn, and pardon me for bragging. And I got it and was grinning. And Dodge Caravans are the best. I've had 3 of them over the years. They last forever. We had one. I think it was our first van, actually. It wasn't. I don't think it was a Caravan, but it was one of the sister things. And it lasted a good long time. We had to replace the engine, but we got some good mileage out of that thing. I don't remember what the Chevy is, but it's really solid. And it's we're going to take it in and have a little bit of work done immediately. They've replaced the headlight switch on it, and it's like it doesn't quite fit in the in the holder. You have to balance it on your knee, but it was a good price, and it's like a 2002
2002.
and something like 86, 87.
81,000.
Oh, 81,000 miles.
Almost 82.
Yes. It was driven by a little old lady drug runner who used to just go between.
Drives at 4,000 miles a year.
Yeah, drives at 4,000 miles a year, and it was all between Benton, Indiana, and Terre Haute, I think. Right? And I'm murdering my sweetheart in the next room. Madam Executive Producer has wagged her finger at me. Anyway.
If you keep that up, I'm going to tell you you're number one.
Well, like that's never happened before. You probably need more coffee.
No, 2 cups are my limit.
Oh, well.
It's not your limit, but it's mine.
No. I don't know that I have any limits, to be honest. Very few of them.
Very few.
Love you.
Love you.
Ah! And everyone's saying congratulations on our new acquisition.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys. And Glenn says, the Skunk Cracker, we get BBC America, which is essentially syndicated BBC shows. So I prefer Channel 4. So I'm like, I don't care at this point. BBC is only good for Doctor Who. Yeah, we're watching Flux right now. We're going to watch the final episode today. That's been the Chibnall seasons have been a little uneven. Some have been brilliant. Some have been like, oh, must have been in a hurry. But no complaints about Jodie Whittaker or Amanda Gill or any of the companions. They've been excellent. Some of the guest stars have been brilliant. Really liking Flux. The first episode had a lot of exposition.
It was too much.
It was pretty packed.
Yeah.
But the other episodes are really, really great. So anyway, speaking of really, really great, there's Joe Dog McKeel. Okay, I'm here. You can start the show now. Happy awakeness to you, Joe Dog. Hope you're doing well, my man. And Nick Tucker, I'm beginning to suspect that Brian edited the Kirby book. I don't know where you got it. I'm not one to brag about my accomplishments.
Excuse me.
24/7, Donna. I know how you feel. Anyway, I'm not one to brag about my accomplishments here, so you probably can't read it. But I had to make sure my name was spelled right. Oh, maybe because I edited it. Who knows? No, that's how proud I am. I'm tagging on to Glenn's hard work. And Scott Crocker said, there's nothing else on BBC that really interests me, but Channel 4, on the other hand, has Taskmaster and Misfits and Big Fat Quiz of the Years and Countdown and 8 out of 10 Cats and so much more. There was a show I used to like to watch, and the host was one of the executive producers of Survival, and he was the last co-host of the MDA telethon before they canned that. And he had a show, I think they had a short-lived American version of it, but it's like the panelists had 3 people, and all of them claimed to be one person. They had to figure out who was lying. It was kind of like a really weird version of To Tell the Truth, but it was funny because the host would sit there and one of the actors would say something. He'd just glare at them like, you lying a-hole. It was fun. And anyway, we just had a comment dump. We haven't had a comment dump in a while. I don't like them. Anyway, gotcha, Skunk Cracker, says Glenn Fleming. Believe me, Peaky Blinders is light years ahead of Doctor Who. Now that's treasonous talk, buddy. And sadly, we don't get Channel 4 in the States, so I have to bootleg all of it if I want to see it, and I don't want to do that. I understand that. Joe Dog McKeel says, hi, Cookie. Hi. Yes, Joe Dog, we now have the way to get down to Dalton, Georgia, spend a couple of days kind of sort of camping out, and then we're going to hopefully be showing up at the HoloCon this year. And Glenn Fleming, it's the only thing we watch on the BBC, okay? And if my film career ever takes off and I have enough money, I will petition to get Channel 4 in the United States. Skunk Rocker, I support you 100%. And more coffee, says Joe Dog McKeel. No, I had a cup of Black Rifle coffee yesterday. I ain't been asleep yet. We got to get some of that stuff, I'm telling you. We do have a couple stores that sell Black Rifle. I hear it's good coffee. I want to try it out. And the biggest vehicle I can drive without taking everything out all around me in my path is a minivan. Been there, tried that. Took up 3 parking spaces for 1 conversion van. True story, says Sarah. I can believe it. when I worked for Cross Construction, I had to drive. It wasn't an 18-wheeler. I couldn't drive those if I tried. But it was like a large delivery truck, and it was a nightmare trying to get. I drove from like uh what was it, Route 45 in Urbana all the way up to Prospect Avenue in Champaign, which is only about like 4 or 5 miles. But it was, I just, that was just too much vehicle for what I was trained for. And I told him I'm not doing this again. And it turned out that it was a large enough size that if I had been stopped, I'd have been in trouble because I didn't have the proper licensing for it. So I wasn't the one who could drive it. Nick Tucker says, knock back some coffee for those who are not able to any longer. That's true. That's true. Well, I'll be downing a cup or two extra just for you, my brother, just for you. I'm taking care of you. And Molly Dan's just looked at my budget after bills. Do I order that bookshelf or put gas in my car? Decisions. Need the shelf and can get along half a tank for the next 2 weeks. Sounds like you've got your life in order, Molly. If I need any life hacks, I'm calling you. And Carl mocks her with his laughter. And wow, I got that level of a Nicholas Tucker said, wow, I got that level of a cookie laugh. She's so proud of herself. And poor Cookie nearly choked with laughter. Joe Dog McKeel says, I agree with Cookie on that statement, and it choked her up. To quote George Clooney, and this is why Superman works alone. Anyway, love you. And Skunkracker says, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, BBC only had about 5 good shows after Monty Python. Young ones, yes. Bottom, oh yeah, the true cast of Top Gear leaving. And yeah, all you had left was Doctor Who. There were some of the Britcoms I liked. I loved the original.
I enjoyed that Cold Case.
Yeah, that Cold Case show was pretty good. And what was that one? Oh gosh, it was about that group. Oh, Primeval.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, Primeval was very, very good. And
Survivor. Survival. The Last Woman Standing with the flu.
Oh yeah.
Flu.
Yeah, that one with Patterson Joseph too. Yeah. God, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it was great. Yeah, that was. And what was the original Rise and Fall of Reginald Perrin?
I don't remember that.
That was a super, super show. Plus Doctor in the House. The older stuff. Doctor in the House was based on a series of novels about he was kind of like our version of MASH, except he went into general practice. It was a lot of fun. But it was, most of the shows were written by members of Monty Python at one time or another. But yeah, I agree with you, Skunk. BBC's had some really good shows. I used to like the music shows too, although the ones with Jimmy Savile are a little creepy to watch when you know about him now. And even then, I prefer Tom Baker. I don't like these new doctors except David Tennant, who is Tom Baker Lights as the skunk rocker. Oh, you mean the caretaker? Yeah. And Glenn Fleming says, yeah, I stopped watching after Tom Baker, saw Eccleston, and that's it. Well, that's enough of you. Anyway, Peaky Blinders is on Amazon Prime. Okay, cool. And woohoo, BKM and HalloCon. That's right. We are working to get down there, man. We had such a good time last time, and we are there to participate. And Jody McPhee says, Madam Executive Producer, how are you? She says she's editing right now. I can't be the only talented one in the family. And Modern Doctor Who is on HBO Max. Classic Cycles on Pluto. That's true. That's true. It's good stuff. And I was tempted, Nick, to get HBO Max for a while when Doctor Who was almost the tipping point for me. And hello, Michaela. Mwah. Michaela's going to be at a convention this weekend. One of the quad cons. Check her out. I always do. And Glenn Fleming, however, I did catch the Van Gogh bit where he sees his painting. That is some of the best writing ever anywhere in TV or film or books. Glenn, I agree with you. And that episode, by the way, was written by Ben Elton, who did Blackadder. And some of those were great. That was another show I liked a lot. But yeah, that scene with Bill Nighy and quietly passionate while Van Gogh is like fighting tears. I mean, that scene chokes me up. It really does. It is so wonderful. And I think Netflix has Peaky Blinders. It's in my queue if I still have it, says Rick Bradley. One of these days I'll watch it, I hope. And Mikhail says, I'm late. Oh no, what I missed? Well, we started out the show muted again. Caught it in time. And then we talked about the van I'm purchasing this week. and all kinds of stuff. And Michaela bounces in. Carl, she's fun to watch coming in or going. And Molly Dales, woohoo, placed order for bookshelf and qualified for free shipping. Excellent. Save $20, which I can put towards gas in the tank. See, life has a way of working these problems out, Molly. Well done, well done. And you only miss Brian telling everyone who edited my book, Michaela. It was me. And John B. Pica says, fill my tank with gas or buy a summer home in the Maldives. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm hearing about I think I heard some area finally hit $7 a gallon. We are hovering at around $4.25 where we are here. And apparently Brian was muted this morning. You missed that, but I was too late. I was late too, so I also missed it. Well, here you go, Skunk. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm Galen from Molly Dales and Willow Schuyler. Mwah! Sorry for my tardiness. Woke up late and coffee is now settling in. Willow, you are a treat. You are worth waiting for. Check out all this good stuff this lady is doing. She is crazy talented, and she agrees with me on vaccines. So love you, Willow. Thank you. And thank you for your ongoing support of this show, you and your network, too. Anyway, everyone saying hello. And Peaky Blinders is available on Blu-ray and DVD, says John B. Pica. There you go. And Sarah says, my level of maturity right now is, are you being served and can watch on YouTube? You know, that's one of those shows that I was working at Channel 12 at WILLAM FM TV when that was hot. And it was kind of interesting. Nobody liked that show there. At least on camera they did, because it was making money. But behind the scenes, it was like, why are people laughing at this? Why are they telling us to keep this show on the air? I don't understand it. And it's like, it's good, dumb fun. It's vaudeville. It's funny. It was co-written by Jeremy Lloyd, who did another brilliant show while we're thinking of BBC shows, Allo Allo. And it was about a group of reluctant French resistance fighters battling the incompetent Nazis in this small French village. And it had naughtiness, it had good dumb fun, good humor, and some great acting. But I tell people it's basically the same joke every episode for 5 years, and it's still funny, So I like that one. But Jeremy Lloyd also was in America for a while. He was one of the co-hosts of Laugh-In, and he was married to Judy Carn for a while. Anyway, Benny Hill, Black Books, Primeval, and Space. Oh, I forgot about Space. That's a good choice too.
1999.
Space 1999. Well, that was ITV.
Oh.
That was their competitor. That was great. That was a great show. BBC's had a lot of stuff come over here that I really like. And I like some British game shows like The Cube, The Chase, The Enemy Within. Enemy Within, that was a good one. I like that one too. And Glenn Fleming says Reggie Perrin is classic TV. Yeah, the original one with was it Reggie Bannister? Or was it Bannister? No, it wasn't Bannister. I'm thinking Trevor Bannister, but no, the original one was fantastic. And the guy who played his son, I believe it was, or his son-in-law, also showed up in the Star Wars A New Hope, but clean shaven. And not counting Are You Being Served and Blackadder. Blackadder was always great. And Michaela Jade says, hey, Skunk, if you were late too, we could have made a great story. Dang, missed opportunities. There we go. And my Peppermint Princess has arrived. Yes, Willow Schuyler is in the house, Carl. And Sarah, keeping up appearances. And Vicar Dibley, too. Excellent, excellent. What was it? Lenny Henry, who was, was it Absolutely Fabulous? That's another great show there too. But yeah, Victor Dibley, Dawn French's ex-husband, Sir Lenny Henry, was in 2 episodes of Doctor Who last season. And Jimmy Savile is edited out of most of the music shows now. Yeah. Understandable. Glenn, if you ever get a chance, there are interviews with Colin Baker when he was Doctor Who, Doctor Number 6. And basically, he was one of Savile's shows. He was like the Dick Clark of British TV for a while, and he had a show called Jim'll Fix It, where people presented problems, and then this Jimmy Savile would help them fix it. And there was one about a young boy whose mother had. He was probably about 7 or 8, and his mother had made a replica of Colin Baker's Doctor Who uniform, which, you have to wear sunglasses to look at it. Well, he wanted to be with the Doctor in an adventure, so they did a fix with Sontarans written by John Nathan Turner, the producer of the show. And featured Colin Baker as the doctor and Janet Fielding as Nissa. Or not Nissa, excuse me, as Tegan Jovanka from the Peter Davison era. And they fought a Santaran, and they gave the young man some good stuff. But Colin Baker's done some interviews because Jimmy Seville's antics, what it was is he was a pedophile, okay? And I can say that because I think he got convicted of it. Otherwise, he's an alleged pedophile. Anyway, Colin Baker took it upon, he didn't want to do it. But when the kid had been booked for the show, he decided he was going to be there and be with the young boy every moment he was there to protect him. So anyway, that's why I dig Colin Baker. Molly Daniel says, I still want to see that episode of Doctor Who with Van Gogh. It is one of the best episodes ever. And you can see the clip on BBC. I could send it to you. I've got a Doctor Who queue in my YouTube channel that's secret. But it's a brilliant performance by Bill Nighy from dozens and dozens of movies like Shaun of the Dead and all, where he plays this museum owner who is talking about why Van Gogh may be not just a great painter, but the greatest painter of all time. And he doesn't realize that standing behind him is the real Vincent Van Gogh. And it's Vincent hearing this praise for this work that doesn't sell during his lifetime. Pardon me. And give Peter Davison and Colin Baker a chance. Peter Davison isn't my favorite doctor, but more so to me, he will always be Albert Campion. There we go. I don't know. The first time I saw him was as Tristan Farnon on All Creatures Great and Small. Is another one. And I remember it was right after Davison was announced as a doctor. I'd never even heard of him before. Whereas in Britain, he was already a TV star. And there was one episode, the first episode I saw of All Creatures Great and Small, where Tristan Farnon is trying to capture this animal that's been like a cat or a dog or something that's been set loose in this room with this semi-senile old man. And Tristan has to capture the animal without letting the owner know that he's doing it, that the animal is loose. And it's hilarious. And I thought, okay, he's the doctor. And it's one of those things for Peter Davison and Colin Baker were sometimes not well served by their script writers, but their performances are outstanding. They really are. And Brian, if you ever want to borrow my info for HBO Max, let me know. Rick, I think I already have it. So I just haven't had the time. And Red Dwarf and Blake Seven. Blake Seven with the best series closer ever. I love it. And Glenn is like, yep. And we are Anglophiles over here. And Michaela J says, I'm averaging 2,500 words a day, but this weekend I'll be busy with QuadCon at the Northwoods Mall in Peoria, Illinois. Darling, I won't be able to make it, I don't think. Sorry to say, but good luck. Sell everything you own. And it's going to be a fun time. We got to buy a van. Anyway, Fawlty Towers, the greatest sitcom ever. Yes, Fawlty Towers with John Cleese and Prunella Scales. Great show. And we are at $5 plus a gallon. That's a little cheaper than I thought you guys would be, to be honest. You know, Chicago. You know, I always make sure when I'm visiting Chicago or the suburbs, I think it's Merrillville. I make sure I'm filled up in. No, Sherrillville. I make sure I'm filled up by then. I usually can get all my running around done in there, and then I get back and can buy gas at a reasonable rate again. Coupling, written by the great Stephen Moffat. That's right, Coupling. Oh, that was super. And yep, and last night it was 4:19. We'll see again what it is when I head out today, and again when I'm off at 9:30. Yeah, up here it's still, we've got a couple places that had 4:19, but mostly it's 4:25 and up. So, Dad's Army. I caught some of that. That was such a fun show. And Thunderbird, Stingray, Fireball XL5. I love Fireball XL5. Captain Scarlet, UFO, anything Jerry Anderson, which includes Space 1999 and also UFO. Yeah, UFO there. And Supercar. The funny thing is, though, somebody has put up Supercar on YouTube, and I watched it. It does not age well. I'm sorry. And I love Are You Being Served, says Sarah, but not the spinoff show Are You Being Served Again? Yeah. And the funny thing is, Sarah, somebody found on YouTube, someone had posted an unsold pilot for an American version of it, and Tom Poston played the elder owner of the place. And it was really quite good, except for Alan Suze, who was from Laugh-In, who was their sports reporter. And let's just say that Alan Suze is flamboyant, okay, and not terribly closeted. And the thing was, he's on the show and he turns up the hey look at me-ness up to 11, and it's, he's almost a distraction from the show, which is a shame because I thought he was fantastic in everything else I saw him in. Molly Dana says tonight is the final night except for Sundays that Lowe's closes at 9. We're open until 10 beginning tomorrow. Yay me, I pick up an hour, but at the same time, we're starting to open up again. Does anyone still have a 24-hour Walmart near them? I miss 24-hour Walmarts. And can't forget Red Dwarf Rick Bradley. You're right. And Are You Being Served talks about the bullshit retail workers have to deal with to this day. Hilarious and topical. That is true. That is very, very true. And here's the thing, Nick. One of the actresses, the really cute one, the younger one, she got onto one of the EastEnders, I think it was, and that EastEnders had a crossover with Doctor Who in 93, and all on ITV. That's what I thought. Love to tune in to see Mrs. Slocum's hair color. Yeah, and now she fits right in. All the time. And exactly, Nick, I agree, Molly. Everyone that's ever worked retail, I think they love that show for that reason. And have you ever seen Hustle? Oh my gosh, yes, the British dramedy, excuse me, about a group of con men. Think a less violent, more snarky Leverage. Yes, I've seen Hustle. Isn't Leverage the one with the one that had Robert Vaughn in it? The first couple seasons, but I like both those shows. Those are great. And Mrs. Slocum was amazing, and I am unanimous in that point. You won't hear a disagreement from me. And I still say, and I am unanimous in that. There we go. Well, yeah, and she, the lady that played Mrs. Slocum was also in an episode of Doctor Who. I want to say it was one of the Sylvester McCoy ones, I believe. And Seville died before this all came out. He dodged his bullet. That's a shame. I would have liked to have seen him do some jail time because I heard he was, up at Gary Glitter level, But the thing is, he was shielded from the BBC for so long because he was making so much money for him, which I think is reprehensible. I got to follow up on Rolf Harris because I know Rolf Harris got caught up in that web too. And I'm not sure if I'm waking up for Mr. Bean yet. Mr. Bean takes a little bit of concentration. Oh, not the 9 o'clock news. I love not the 9 o'clock news with Rowan Atkinson and Pamela Stevenson. And anyone watch Father Ted? Oh my God, Father Ted. Cookie thought it was one of the dumbest shows around. I love that. I love the one where they were raffling off the car and they were faking the sale on the ticket, and so the young priest was going to win the thing, and he had ticket 11, and they call out ticket 11, hey, check your tickets, 11, and he's just sitting there like that. Then he comes up later and goes, oh, here's my ticket. I had it upside down. I love that. Haven't heard of some of these titles. Sarah, you might check YouTube. They might have some of them on there. And Donna, I agree. Father Ted was great. I wish we were on $5 a gallon. We're on around $5 per liter. Yeah, you guys have got it bad there. I'm sorry, Glenn. Holy crap. I agree, Sarah. And don't forget Space Precinct. Oh my God, I forgot that. And Carl Wisman says, I can't watch Father Ted because I start talking like them. I understand that. And Will Schuyler says, I like modern Doctor Who. Yes, I love David Tennant. Probably would kill for the chance to. Although I do like some episodes of Jodie Whittaker, but I also feel she wasn't given a fair shake as the Doctor like the rest of them. Willow, I agree with you completely. Some of the episodes, like I said, were brilliant. I think most of the episodes of this Flux series that we're just finishing up have been awesome. They've been great. The episode, like with... some of the historical ones I've really enjoyed. The one that took place in India, that was amazing. That was great. She has been, like a lot of the doctors, Davison and Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy. I don't think they have been well served by the writers. Whereas the Most of the others did have some terrific writers and kept up the quality. Rick Riley, 449 to 459 in West Frankfort, depending on which store you go to. Well, I'm going to be down there in that area in a few weeks, several times. So anyway, I can't watch Father Ted because it's rubbish. Glad you hear. We will agree to disagree. I think it's funny. Graham Norton show. I love the Graham Norton show. I think Graham Norton is one of the funniest human beings on this planet. And Mr. Humphreys is historical. I totally befriend him. Yeah, Sarah, I'd agree with you. And sadly, Whitaker was used as the BBC scapegoat for shitty short storytelling and toxicity in the fandom. Willow, the fandom, I hate calling myself a fan anymore, if anything, because of the internet fandom. They think that they have to be hipper than thou, and they can only do that maybe by snarking off on any of the episodes. And we've had that. I remember people complaining about Eccleston. Then they complain about Tennant. Then they complain Tennant's been on too long. Then they complain Tennant wasn't on long enough. And then Matt Smith and through Capaldi and on to the current day, were like the Bible says about the poor. The idiot fans will always be among us. It's like. It makes no sense. Why people tear down what other people love. It's not a harmful series. It's just I just don't understand it, Willow. I could probably do, if you ever do a show on toxic fandom, I would love an invite. And Glenn Fleming, did you get The Survivors? It aired in the mid-'70s. I caught a couple episodes of that, and I saw that Big Finish is continuing the show with I think the original writing team on that. It did sound good. That was fun. And happy Friday from Cindy Kep, CKOEPP.com. Check it out. Best newsletter in the industry. Beautiful website. And we're glad you're here. Mwah! And just what the doctor ordered, Smashwords. Me. Get my stuff on Smashwords for your Kindle. And who could this be? It's me, Brian K. Morris. And be sure to also, like I said, I'm going to be promoting it in the next couple of weeks. We are nominated for an actual writing award, the Pulp Factory award. But anyway, I would love it if you guys would buy a copy of the Snow Ambition book. It is 99 cents on Kindle. I think it's like I don't remember how much it is in book form. It's finally part of an 3-book omnibus. The second volume of the omnibuses from Bobby Nash. But please pick it up, read my story, and then please vote for me in the competition. I'm up for Best Short Story, which makes me happy. And uses an axe to create Torchwood. That's Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, our own Captain Jack. Maybe not as diverse in some ways, but anyway, we love him. And let's see, here we go. And can you use magic, create time? John B. Pica is a good use of your time. Check out the Serial Box Network. Also check out on Amazon, Knight Reich, his brand new book. Good stuff. And Glenn Fleming, Making the Doctor a Woman was a bad move. Ratings fell through the floor. Bad casting, changing the gender of a 60-year-old character just to be woke, and scripts is no recipe for success. Like I said, I don't think all the scripts were as great as they needed to be. I loved her performances. And I would have liked to have seen her get another year or two. But the thing is, the show is going to survive by changing. And, that's one of the brilliant things the original producers did, was they realized that, just because our lead actor's dying doesn't mean we have to stop the show. So, the thing is, there are probably worse rated shows, but the thing is, that show is such a moneymaker as far as merchandising and such. They're never going to get rid of it. In fact, the deal with Russell T Davies may become the business model for the BBC, as they are like American TV did, where it used to be sponsored, sometimes by the network, sometimes by individual products. Well, now the production companies have responsibility for the content and for the cost of making the shows. And I have heard the BBC is going to be moving towards that. And in 10 years, you may not be paying a license anymore. You may have the same crappy over-the-air stuff that we do. But what was it? Because Russell T Davies, when he takes over Doctor Who next year, it's going to be done through his Bad Wolf Productions, not through the BBC. So anyway, and he's going to get a bigger cut of the take as a result. The Dastardly Dingoes podcast gives you a chance to travel through time and space with their fun and their wisdom. Check them out every Tuesday on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Great stuff. And Cindy Cap says, nerd culture for relative dimensions. Bring all the relatives. They'll enjoy Ryan Permisson too. Just subscribe to that channel. And also From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher is absolutely fantastic. Yes, they are. Check them out tomorrow night when Ryan Permisson is on the air with Joe D. McPhee. It's going to be a great show. And Are You My Mummy? Check out Amy Hale and her great books, paranormal romance and psychological suspense. She does them all so well. And I love every time we see people, you go to a convention now and some people are cosplaying wearing a gas mask. Cookie and I just look at each other and go, are you my mummy? Anyway, that's how Doctor Who has ruined our brains. And we are caught up with the comments. So while Cindy is gearing up for some more, because we're going to take advantage of her while she's here, let's see. We've done Glenn's book. Let's do Randy Zimmerman. Randy Zimmerman the Zim is back. So check out the Mighty Zim every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on the new version of Sunday Funnies.
Now on Sunday mornings, longtime independent comics creator Randy Zimmerman brings to you a podcast that talks about the lighter and more whimsical side of comics, the fun side of comics. That's right. Sunday Funnies is back Sunday morning, 9 a.m. on the Raging 2 YouTube channel and on certain Facebook pages. Check it out, won't you? Special guests, great talk, and a lot of fun as we work to put the fun back in funny books. See you there.
Author Cindy Cap is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Hi, my name is Erin Casey. This is Nova, and I want to talk to you about the Purple Door District. It's an urban fantasy series about parahumans living in Chicago, werebirds, werewolves, vampires, and witches. You can find them all in the district. But I'll let my book trailer tell you more about the 3 books. I'm coming to you today with this Kickstarter to ask for funds to help print the 3rd book, as well as to order more books of the Purple Door District and Wolfpen. With COVID, printing prices have gone up, and it also takes a community to build these books. The author, the proofreaders, the copy editors, the sensitivity readers, and artists. There's so many people that go into creating this, and I want to support them just as they've supported me. Without these funds, I can't bring this book to you. I can't bring a well-edited book and one with an amazing cover. So if you could donate just a little bit, that would be amazing. And if you can't donate, please share this around to your community. It helps more than you know. Thank you so much, and welcome to the district.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela J. brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels Set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men, and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret. Warrior's Trust. And Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Instead of having
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Check out all of our great friends there, all the books and services you've seen there, and make them happy. Anyway, Cindy Cap says that the stories are bigger on the inside from Michaela Jade. Check out the Warriors trilogy coming out soon. And no, you aren't. No rest for Brian. Says, hey, there's no easy days for me. Trust me. No, actually, I've got a story I'm writing. I'm about a little over halfway done. So I'm hoping that I can get that finished this week. And you also might find your own TARDIS in Peoria this weekend at QuadCon. Check out Michaela Jade. Are you going to be there? I don't think Cindy's going to be there. But check out Michaela Jade. It's going to be a fun time. And Sarah, is that Zim's post-COVID voice? Sounded different, but I could be wrong. Yes, that is. And Luke Stone he's got kind of a post-COVID voice, and he's going to start renting himself as a phone sex operator, I think. I'm not sure. But anyway, but a devout one. And but Zim sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty close to his pre-tracheotomy days. City Cap, Burlington, Iowa Comic and Toy Show, Westland Mall, March 19th, is where you'll find the Starlin Lady Cindy Cap with stories that will transport you through time and dimensions at quadcity.com. Check her out and check out her work on Amazon and at ckoepp.com. Willow Schuyler, why is having a woman lead considered woke? Voyager is still considered one of the best Trek series. I agree. Because I think if nothing else, the first few seasons were closer to the original concept of Star Trek, going boldly going where no one has gone before. The problem is I think it was inevitable that a woman would play the Doctor, and that's perfectly okay. And I think she's been terrific. It's just that sometimes it seemed like, depending on how it's done, I think if Chris Chibnall had not announced it as we are looking for the best female actor we can find, and instead just went with we're looking for the best actor we can find. Now it's important to make these points, but I think it would have quelled some of the criticism. Cindy Cap says the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. LLC. And women have outperformed and outacted their lead counterparts for many decades. That's true. Excuse me. Well, what was it? Olivia? I can't remember her name, but she was in that Contagion series a few years ago with not the name, that wasn't the name of it, but it was Outbreak or Epidemic or something. But it was about a disease that was killing people, and this group of about 6 or 7 people were running around. Olivia Colman, that was it. Olivia Colman. She's been on Doctor Who a time or two, and she was terrific. She and Patterson Joseph made a good pair, and Patterson Joseph has been rumored to be the next Doctor for, probably since Eccleston left. And Comic Related Madness has fun all through time and all the time. Check out CromCon last weekend of this month. And Cindy Kemp is looking for Jammy Dodgers. Cindy, have you ever had Jammy Dodgers? I did. A friend of mine brought some over from Ireland. They're fantastic. I like them. And takes you anywhere in space and time. That's Bear Publications, where you can also get Animal Eye swag, plus the Animal Eye comic book #1 and Animal Eye 1 and 2 in digital form. Check it out. And looking for fish sticks and custard in Oz, Eric Hawkins found them, and he's found them in Comixology. And Sarah says, Skunk has a perfect guided meditation voice. Very soothing. There we go. And Carl Wisman says, right, Willow, Ginger Rogers danced the same dance as Fred Astaire, only backwards and in high heels. So, and spoilers at Stormgate Press. A lot of good stuff coming out from them this year. A lot of it has my name on it. And trying to get Luna to say hello, sweetie. That's Brian Rodman. Oh, that's a good one, Cindy. That's a good one. And if you want to see great work in sci-fi, watch Babylon 5's Delenn / Mira Furlan, especially. Yep, that's true. Well, think of Uhura from the original classic Star Trek. She was fantastic. And think of this. She was 4th in command. There are a couple of early episodes where she takes the con. So, and Cindy Camp, I will not be at the Peoria QuadCon. Too far for a day trip. I'm sorry. Well, I can't do it either. Darn it. I've got other things going on here. And yep, says Glenn Fleming. Thank you, Glenn. And Hyper Sandy Books, they're looking for a police box. I'm looking for one too because it's bigger on the inside. It might have enough room for my library finally. But anyway, it'll otherwise I'd shrink this house like Dan's house in Flux. So anyway, great suggestions from British other Anglophiles and British fans of TV and great women in science fiction. Sigourney Weaver, amen. That's right. Just if Aliens won, if Alien didn't cement that, Aliens did. So. And Molly Dans, woohoo, just signed up for Washington's Inn Wine and Brew Fest, April 30th from 2 to 10 p.m., weather permitting. I usually do well this event. Excellent. Well, I finalized my thing. I'm going to be at, in April, I'm going to be in Indianapolis at, it's in August, excuse me. There's going to be a paranormal event in Indianapolis on the south side that I'll be in. Let's see. Let's put that down. Where was that? There was it. Well, I haven't written it down yet, but I think it's August 13th. It'll be a Saturday from about 10 until 6, I think it is. It's going to be a lot of fun. And exactly, Carl says Molly Daniels. And Hampton Inn is a no bueno in Mattoon. Only 4 or 5 hours of work a week, losing money to go. Oh, I'm sorry. The final straw was when they didn't let me have the time to sanitize the hot spots according to protocol. So you've left? Oh, hon, that's a shame. That's crazy. And Cindy Cap says, and so ends my break. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Bring Cookie home. Go to patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for Terrors. That's my newest book that I'm serializing there. Then go over to patreon.com for CKOEPP and her serialization of Freelance Words and Trouble is for the Birds. I have not had Jammy Dodgers. I'd have to mutate a recipe to get stuff I can eat. Well, that's true. Catch up with y'all later, and you'll go check out Sergeant Art 76 for vintage cartoons. Thank you, Cindy. Mwah. Have a great weekend, and enjoy your weekend. And thank you for promoting. Please, folks, go to Amazon or Bear Publications and get something for Cindy. She does so much for the show. I think everyone that has gotten the benefit of a promotion from her should buy at least one thing just to reward her. So, and I plan to get more. So anyway, and thus we have caught up with the comments, except this last one. The last part was something I couldn't morally and ethically do. COVID is real and no one is going to get it on my watch. Good for you, Sarah. And we'll talk about it when I get off of here. Okay. And speaking of which, I think it's time to wind down and get you back to your Fridays, and just want to let everyone know we're part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check out our Facebook page and give it a like so you can follow all of our latest exploits. And also thank you to our Patreon supporters, without whom this would be a rougher show to do. But thanks to these wonderful people, the Rising Tide continues to grow. And if you want to be a part of that movement, check me out. See what I offer you for your financial support at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And as always, this show is brought to you by Rising Tide Publications, as well as Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. do check out the Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page, then jaunt on over to plasmafiregraphics.com. Excuse me. Check out the stuff that Jeffrey Hayes does there, all of which is published and all of it is beautiful. And then contact him for his indie creator-friendly pricing. You'll be glad you did. That's Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And also, let's see what else. Also, right now, what we've got out, Snow Ambition. It's part of the Snow Short series. The ebooks, the standalone ebook is 99 cents. And then the omnibus is reasonably priced with 2 other news stories, including one by Bobby Nash. It's a quick read crime thriller. And it's also up for the award, the short story award for the Pulp Factory event. You can find a copy of the ballot at Pulp, the Pulp Factory Facebook page. That's it. That's what I was trying to say. Also, don't forget the Blue Grotto essays on Batman. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 are out. I have work in a couple of them. Please check out the whole set, though. They're very entertaining, a lot of fun. It's a great appreciation of the 1966 Batman TV show. And also, we have The Lost Adventures of Captain Hawkland, The Skyhook Remnant by me, available now through Stormgate Press. And check it out. We're very happy with that story. We think you will be, too. Very entertaining. Very pulp adventure-y stuff. Anyway, Rick Radley says, everyone take care and stay creative. You too. You have a good weekend, Rick, and love you to the abyss and back always. Sarah, mwah. Love you too. You have a great one. Carl Witzman, everyone have a great day. You do the same, Carl. See you tonight, hopefully in the green room. Good chat today, Brian. Everyone have a great day. Glenn Fleming, thank you very much for helping me promote that book. Jack Kirby, A Personal Jury, Words and Pictures, with the best editing you'll ever find, I'll say. But anyway, and Sarah says you guys as well. It just happened, BCam. Oh, okay. And we'll talk about it later, Sarah, I promise. And have a great weekend from Molly Daniels, and stay warm. Only 2 or 3 more weeks before I get my weekends back, just in time. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the road, Molly. And nice, Molly, says Sarah. And I now have events every single weekend in April. They might put me back on Saturday, Sunday, and May. Well, let's see, my April is filled up except for one, I think. May is completely open right now. Then I've got 2 in June, 1, 2, 3 in July, 2 in September, I think. Yeah, 2 in September, nothing in August, and 1 and 2 in October, and then I'm not doing any November ones with any luck. But anyway, looking forward to seeing you, Molly, and seeing you soon. And I look forward to seeing all of you again on Monday morning. We're going to do this again, hopefully get it right this time. And anyway, all of you, despite the white stuff outside, I hope you all have a great weekend, and see what you can do to make it a fantastic weekend for someone else too, if you can. All right. But anyway, check out Glenn Fleming's book. Check out all the links that you've seen on this show, and just in general, have a fantastic weekend. All right. We'll see you bright and early, 10 a.m. on Nevermind the Furthermore this coming Monday. And as always, folks, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you Monday on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com. From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.